America, land of the free, home of the brave, and absolutely teeming with restless spirits. We've got no shortage of haunted places here, creepy basements, abandoned asylums, you name it. But what happens when these hauntings go beyond bumps in the night and spooky stories? What happens when someone decides to show itself on camera? Buckle up, viewers, because we're counting down the top 10 scariest ghost videos from America. Our first terrifying clip takes us deep into the decaying heart of Pennsylvania. We're talking about an abandoned mental asylum, the kind of place that practically breathes bad vibes. A group of urban explorers decided to document their adventure, probably hoping for some cool shots of peeling paint and broken wheelchairs. As they're walking down this long, creepy hallway, something darts across the end of the corridor, a fleeting shadow that disappears as quickly as it appeared. Now the group swears they were completely alone in the building. No other explorers, no squatters, no rabid raccoons wearing trench coats. But the footage tells a different story. It's like whatever cast that shadow wasn't too keen on being caught on camera. Abandoned asylums? They're practically begging to be haunted. Next up, we're setting sail for the California coast, home to the legendary Queen Mary. This grand old dame of the sea has a reputation steeped in paranormal lore. Docked permanently in Long Beach, the Queen Mary has played host to countless visitors, some living, some not so much. Over the years, there have been countless reports of ghostly encounters on board. People claim to have seen apparitions, heard disembodied voices, the works. But this next video might just be the most compelling piece of evidence yet. In the dead of night, a security camera captures something truly unsettling. Near one of the ship's many portholes, a translucent figure materializes seemingly out of thin air. It lingers for a moment as if observing its surroundings before vanishing once again into the ether. This next one hits a little too close to home, even for a skeptic like me. We've all been there, right? Checking the baby monitor, making sure everything's okay in dreamland. But imagine checking that monitor and seeing this. This chilling footage comes to us from Texas, where a babysitter got the fright of her life while watching over an infant. As she glanced at the baby monitor, she noticed something utterly bone-chilling. A shadowy figure standing over the crib, its form barely discernible in the dim light. She rushed into the room, heart pounding, only to find the baby sleeping peacefully, completely oblivious to the terrifying specter that had just graced its crib. Chapter 4: The Screaming Tunnel. We're venturing into the dark heart of New York, where the legend of the Screaming Tunnel whispers through the shadows. This tunnel, shrouded in darkness, is a hotbed for paranormal activity. Local lore claims it's haunted by a young woman's spirit. Visitors report hearing blood-curdling screams. One investigator captured strange whispers and voices. These faint whispers seem to come from another realm. It's enough to make you avoid dark tunnels. Chapter 5: The Church Apparition. Now, you'd think a church of all places would be a sanctuary from the things that go bump in the night, right? Well, this next video might just make you reconsider stepping foot in a house of worship ever again. Security footage from a church in Louisiana captured something truly unexplainable. A transparent figure, seemingly a ghostly apparition, gliding near the altar. It moved with an ethereal grace, as if unbound by the laws of physics, before vanishing into thin air right before our very eyes. Chapter 6: The Poltergeist at Bobby Mackey's. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to enter the infamous Bobby Mackey's music world, a honky-tonk bar in Kentucky that's practically synonymous with paranormal activity. This place is so notoriously haunted, it's practically got a revolving door for paranormal investigators. From disembodied voices to full-on apparitions, Bobby Mackey's has it all. But this next video takes the cake. It captures what can only be described as a full-on poltergeist meltdown. We're talking chairs moving on their own, objects flying across the room, the works. Some say it's the spirits of gangsters who met their end in the bar's basement, back when it was a speakeasy. Others blame a portal to hell, which, is always a fun thought. Whatever the cause, this footage is a chilling reminder that sometimes the dead just want to party. Chapter 7. The Phantom Driver. Now, we've all heard those stories, right? The ones about phantom hitchhikers and ghost ships that sail the seas. But what about a phantom driver? And not just any driver, mind you, but one that seemingly vanishes into thin air while being pursued by the police. This next video comes from the mean streets of Chicago, where a routine traffic stop took a decidedly paranormal turn. A police officer was in hot pursuit of a speeding vehicle, lights flashing, siren blaring, the whole 9 yards. But as the suspect's car rounded a corner, it simply vanished. No screeching tires, no crash, no sign of the vehicle whatsoever. The officer on scene was baffled, as were the investigators who later reviewed the dashcam footage. There was simply no logical explanation for what had transpired. The car had disappeared as if it had driven straight into another dimension. Chapter 8. The Haunted Doll Moves on Its Own. Haunted dolls freak me out. Those lifeless eyes staring into your soul. This video takes creepy dolls to a new level. A family in California set up a camera in their daughter's room. What they caught on camera is terrifying. The doll on the shelf begins to move. It moves its head, arms, and shifts position, enough to make you want to get rid of every doll. Chapter 9. The Old Hotel Ghost. Next up, we're checking into a historic hotel in Colorado, a place where the grandeur of a bygone era collides with chilling tales of paranormal encounters. Guests have reported seeing a mysterious woman in white wandering the halls at night, her mournful cries echoing through the empty corridors. But it wasn't until security cameras captured this next piece of footage that the legend of the woman in white truly took hold. In the grainy footage, a translucent figure, resembling that of a woman in a flowing white gown, materializes near the end of a hallway. She seems to glide effortlessly, as if floating on air, before vanishing as quickly as she appeared. Chapter 10. The Demon in the Basement. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. The most terrifying ghost video ever recorded in America. Brace yourselves, folks, because this one's a doozy. We're venturing into the depths of a reportedly haunted basement, where a paranormal investigator had a close encounter of the terrifying kind. Armed with nothing but a camera and nerves of steel, the investigator descended into the darkness, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. But what they found was far more sinister than they could have ever imagined. As they explored the basement, a palpable sense of dread filled the air. The temperature dropped, shadows danced, and then, it happened. Out of nowhere, the investigator was violently thrown against the wall by an unseen force. The camera captured the entire terrifying ordeal. The investigators' shocked cries, the sound of their body hitting the wall, the chilling silence that followed. Outro: sleep with one eye open. So there you have it, folks. The top 10 scariest ghost videos from America. We've journeyed from haunted asylums to demon-infested basements and everything in between. Now, I may be a skeptic at heart, but even I have to admit some of this footage is downright chilling. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, what happens to us after we die? Are we really just dust in the wind, or is there something more, something beyond our comprehension? Let me know in the comments which video scared you the most. And if you love creepy content, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a terrifying upload. Until next time, stay safe and sleep with one eye open.